what's up? It's DJ. On today's episode of Farm Sim News, we have an update to the Colossus pack. There's a new dealership on Iowa Plains, and Gamer Designs has a new Content Hub website. It's pretty cool. If you like staying updated with all the latest news in Farming Simulator, get subscribed. Let's check it out. Starting off, let's talk about an update to the Colossus pack. This update is going to be version 1.2. They fixed the 73DD3R unrealistic not dropping hay correctly on the right side. Swap dropping configuration has been added to the 73DD3R unrealistic. Also changed the default working mode on the quick mode unrealistic swath drop. Added 155 centimeter bales to the bale master. All 155 centimeter bales produced are now 25,000 liters. Added a plowing configuration to the vineyard cultivator and added salt spreader version of the FLM726. We've also got a couple new screenshots with Chris S saying that everything in the screenshot is 90% complete or more. Still a few things left to be added. Also need to fix a few things before. And then, of course, yes, a rock picker will be coming as well, but doesn't look like in this update. I will also say that none of these pieces of equipment were mentioned in the changelog, so I'm guessing that everything that we could see is not being added until maybe version 1.3 or something like that. Looks like we've got a vineyard harvester, a sprayer, we've also got a mulcher, a vineyard disc, and we've also got a liquid tanker. Very cool. But to turn it back around, Chris says that for the update, the sprayer will not be ready for precision farming. However, it'll be adding precision farming support once that gets closer to 90% bug-free. We will see how long that takes. As always, if the game gets updated before this update is available for release, things may change, but I'll keep you updated with that nonetheless. How many times have I said update? Oh yeah, and speaking of updates, this fin pack will also be getting an update with front loader support being added to the 700, and he's working on some additional wheels. But don't expect this update to be ready for quite some time. Next up, we got Kenny456, who is bringing back their Claas Xerion attachments. In the pack, we've got the wood chipper, the wood trailer, both available for the Xerion and the saddle track, and we've got the same thing for tippers as well, the Xerion trailer and the Xerion saddle track trailer. As for the wood chipper, this is going to go on the front of your tractors, regardless of which one you're using, and we have colors for main, crane, and grapple. 320 horsepower is required. What it does is grabs a hold of the log and kind of pulls it in. I would imagine you can also just pull right up to a log if it's off the ground a little bit and just shove it in there. As for the wood trailer, this is basically going to turn your Xerion or saddle track into a forwarder. Pretty cool. There is a crane on there which could be added or taken away. You don't have to have it, which I really like because I don't use the cranes because I hate using them. Not very good at it. So I just avoid it. Now, as for the trailer, this one will support all crops. It, of course, does wood chips because we have that wood chip harvester on the very front of it. However, it'll do anything. So you can use this as a normal trailer, which is pretty cool. It also raises up, so you can raise it up and tip into other trailers, which could make it very beneficial for doing some carting work in a more European style environment. If you'd like to see how these work, Mr. Kenny has a full video on their YouTube channel, which I will link down below. Also, do know this, the video is currently unlisted, so you're not going to be able to find it on his channel, but you will be able to find it via the link below. Next, we have HR Force to show off new forklift, the Jungheinrich ETV 216i push pole. Now this bad boy's got a lifting height of 8,800 millimeters. I don't know why that they've listed it as millimeters. That is going to be 8.8 meters, which is pretty wild and crazy. That's also about 29 feet, somewhere around there. So it is quite high. It's got a player seat position incline, 3 different warning devices, an interior mirror, forklift tilt and side thrust, as well as pushing reset and zero. I don't know what that means, but they also have additional working lights. So that is nice. Appreciate HR Force for listing off the features there. It does appear that this mod has just been sent over to the mod hub team for testing, so could still be a little while. But hey, if you are looking forward to something like this, it is gonna happen. Just may take some time. Next up, let's talk about custom modding and a couple things from them. First off, let's talk about a new mod that they have recently announced. This is the Landoll and Brilliant 2512 inline ripper. 3 sizes available with this. You're going to have an 8 shank, 12, and 16. Now, I'm not quite sure how wide those are, but I do know that they're going to have 320, 480, and 640 horsepower required. Oof. 640 horsepower. There's not a lot of tractors big enough to pull that. Of course, Landoll is a licensed brand in the game. However, Brilliant, I have no idea. I've never even heard of them myself. So they may just be a PC only kind of thing. And speaking of PC only, unfortunately, today's release of the 2160 Planter from Custom Modding is going to be a PC-only release. I believe this is going to be a third-party release as well. They have said that in about 9 or 10 days, somewhere around there, we should be seeing this on the mod up for all platforms as well. I'm a little disappointed as they have listed PC and console support for this mod and a release day for a little while now, so it's a little upsetting that it's not coming out for crossplay, but really not a lot we can do about that right now. Nonetheless, I will have a video out soon. I know I've mentioned that, but there were a few things that just were not ready yesterday when I wanted to get the video out. So maybe this weekend. Speaking of some red stuff, Cello Buki is switching over their John Deere dealer on Iowa Plains View to a Case IH dealer. Now, Iowa Plains is not a map that I have personally played in the past, just done enough to show it off in Farm Sim 22. However, definitely might be checking this one out once it is released. Of course, Celebuki's got Alma and maybe some more coming soon, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Nonetheless, if you're looking forward to some red machines and red dealer, you got one coming. And we got a whole lot more coming from Carl TG. They've been pretty quiet recently, however, they have been working on a new map project. They say it's a semi-fictional map, partly based on a real place, with lots of neat features. They've also added new fill types, including sand, dirt, clay, iron, gravel, and building debris, plus pallets like metal, metal beams, rebar, glass, bricks, charcoal, and cable spools. You can get the fill types from a quarry, which generates infinitely, and pallets from either a warehouse or new productions that have been added to that map, like a brick factory, glass factory, iron furnace, construction materials factory, and charcoal burner. Every material listed serves a purpose and can even be used for roleplay things like building roads on the map, and the map is also Terraform compatible. However, they are going to be releasing it on all platforms. Of course, that Terraform stuff's not going to be working on consoles. Carl does say that they'll be sharing some more information soon, so keep an eye out for that. I'll let you know when they do. Couple things to chat about from DjGoHam. First up, they are back from a small break, working on an update for Judith Plains to bring in some fixes and improvements. So if you're on PC and you've been looking forward to another update for that, there is one coming, and he's working on it right now. But that's not all. He's also started scouting terrain for his next map and is excited to give us a little sneaky peek. This is codenamed Borderland Harvest. It's a brand new work-in-progress map set in a region where rugged hills meet fertile river valleys. Get your hillside combines and high horsepower tractors ready. We do have a few work-in-progress screenshots to show you guys. You can also check out a few more of them at his fan page, link down below. Next up, we got a little teaser from Connect Modding. They say, how do art and shared passion spark real connections? Tomorrow, aka today, when I'm recording this video sometime, they'll be revealing how a small studio channels that magic into something extraordinary. Get ready, their first teaser drops soon. Well, this was released about 16 hours ago, at least when I'm making the video, which means that by the time I release this video, hopefully in about 4 hours, they should be announcing something. So we'll have to wait and see. I'll do my best to get that shared, or we will talk about it on Monday. And lastly, today, Gamer Designs has just launched an updated reference page for Farming Simulator 25 modders. They've combined vehicles, placeables, and trees into one centralized website to help modders quickly find reference data without needing to load the game up. And this actually works well for me when I'm making Farm Sim news as well. You can now search the in-game store by name, brand, and price, and also browse placeables and tree types all in one spot. Perfect for grabbing information or file locations on the fly when you're working on your mods or maybe projects or just need to reference something like I have to do a lot. GD does say if it proves useful, it plans on expanding it, adding custom features, more tools for modders to use, and more. Any feedback and suggestions are welcome over on their fan page, link down below. But if you just want to check out the website, you can easily do that. I've got the full link down below, assetsgamerdesigns.net. If you want to see more about these mods or anything else we talked about today, links to everything can be found in the description. Remember, there's no release dates for mods, so no one knows when anything's going to be released. And if you like this video, you can check out the Farm Sim News playlist for all the latest news and top stories going on in the world of Farming Simulator. And that is it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, drop a like, get subscribed if you're new, and join the DjGoHam fam. Double check those notifications. That way you never miss videos like this one. Hope you have an awesome day and a great weekend. We will see you later. Peace. Alright, the weekend is here. You playing Farm Sim? You playing some other games? Let me know what you're up to.